this is an update that Jimmy Smith shared on his program today with the Coach K, and I've got some wonderful audio we'll share from that a little bit later in the program. But on Jimmy's program, he was talking about the fact that who I think is going to be a gun, the talented youngster Junior Tupu, who's 21, that there's been interest shown from the Canberra Raiders, who have just released Harley Smith-Shields, and there's been interest from the Roosters.
Oh no.
Right? So this is where I sort of start to think, okay, well, the Tigers have lost Tommy Talau.
Yep.
And I haven't seen any updates for the last month or so, but last reported was that the Tigers were keen on Justin Olam with the potential swap with Sean Blaw. And you and I said, well, why don't the Tigers swoop upon Connor Tracey?
Even before we knew they were advertising to get rid of him.
Correct.
What happened?
Okay. So this is where I sort of think,
Nothing.
why is there this interest for Justin Olam and the price tag you're going to pay to get him up here to Sydney? And I went through the formula to win a grand final and how the big clubs do it, because you are playing a little bit of money ball.
Yep.
And I think the position in which you can win the comps is to have a young gun centre who hasn't yet been paid the big bucks. So you've got them almost on their first contract.
Yep.
So if I go through recent premiership winners, Stephen Crichton, his first go in a grand final, he was 22 as a centre.
Yep.
21 as a player, but 22 as a centre. Isaac Tungor, first go as a premiership winning centre, he was 20. Matt Burton, 21. Latrell Mitchell, 21. Curtis Scott, 20. Jack Bird, 21. Joseph Manu, 22. Kirisomi Arvale, 22. Dylan Walker, 20. And then you've got the others who, whilst they weren't so young, they were young as far as games played. So, again, they weren't on top dollar contracts. So you've got Paul Momirovski, Brinko Lee, Ricky Latelli, and the list goes on. So, for me, those successful clubs, that is the formula. So how can the Tigers be in a position of, we're looking at Justin Olam, but all of a sudden we haven't signed Junior Tupu when we've already let Tommy Talau go? How is that? And what I dare say, whatever the offer to Olam has been, will probably be more than what you can get Junior Tupu for. Who's going to be an absolute gun?
Sugar, you spoke about all those teams that are grand finalists. They had
they're premiership
winners. At the moment, I think the Tigers, let's forget about the centre sort of theory. They need some halves.
Yeah,
they need some good
I don't disagree with any of that.
I know, but I know what you're saying. I think we're putting the cart before the horse.
No, but my cart before the horse is if you can get Junior Tupu, who you've already got, who's going to be, and his shares are on the rise, and if you can get him cheaper than a Justin Olam, and the formula says when you win premierships, that's the area you can save on, identify a young gun.
Maybe they're going to play him either side.
They haven't signed him yet.
He's unsigned. For
the Roosters and the Raiders are looking at signing
for 2025.
For 2025.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
All right.
We've lost Tommy Talau, who's another young gun who's going to go to Manly and dare say do very well. I just think that players like this, we can't. We've lost Mitchell Moses in the past and James Tedesco. When you get these good young players, you have to keep them.
Okay. Maybe they're thinking we'll get Stafford Toa, and because he's been playing on the wing.
Yeah, that's also a baby. He has played in the centres and also played at fullback. If you're a kid who has played 7 games at fullback, you can easily play centre. If you back your coaching in, you can easily play centre.
I'm being devil's advocate here again. Maybe it's the management leaking this, just to give the Tigers
I hope so.
Give the Tigers.
Yeah, hope so.
He is fantastic. I like some of those games towards the end of the year.
Hey, please.
Him coming out of the backfield, he was very hard to handle. But it's starting to feel like, I know you were saying early on in the year that the centre position is becoming it is a strike position, but wingers now, you need good wingers. You need big.
Melbourne Storm, one of the great teams they had 2017. You had Fox on the wing and you had Vunivalu.
Yeah.
I agree. The mentality is still to. That's what I'm saying. This is supporting my. I don't think you need to spend up in the centre positions. Even the Broncos last year, Herbie Farnworth, they didn't win the comp, but Herbie Farnworth would still be on one of his infant contracts, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, he's an international now.
Yeah, but the contract he was on up until that point, it's the Dolphins who will pay the price tag for him.
Yep.
He wouldn't have been on so much.
No.
I just...
Reece Walsh, he's on 400.
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
That's the game, though.
Yeah.
That's the game, and that's why, as the Tigers, you've got to keep Junior Tupu. You got that. Mate, I honestly think, when you actually break it down, and you went through the Tigers squad, there's a lot of those people, a lot of those players who could easily make themselves into a decent side. Like Junior Tupu could easily fit into a Panthers side. So
Yes.
for whatever reason,
Yes.
if the young winger Sunya Taruva wasn't there, Junior Tupu could go and win a grand final for you there. I've got no doubt about that. Stefano Utukamanu, he could win a comp in a Panthers jersey. I've got no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Fanua Pole, same thing. There's a lot of those young kids who could. So any of those players, if you ask yourself that question, could you see Fanua Pole, Stefano Utukamanu, Junior Tupu, Tommy, whoever it is, could you see them winning a comp in the Panthers system? Then you've got to keep them, don't you?
Well, hang on. Luke Garner, he won a competition.
Correct.
In Penrith after being at the Tigers. I thought that was I couldn't believe the Tigers let him go.
We said that on the show.
I can't believe they let him go. Yeah, well, Sugar, you need to get involved here. I think the time is now.
No, I'm getting involved by. There's a lot that listen to the program. Don't be stubborn about it. Just be open-minded, Brian, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Be open-minded.
Whose job would that be? Is it? It's not Benji's job, is it? I mean, he'd have an input. But where does it? Who reports the salary cap? Like, who's in charge of the salary cap for a rugby league club?
I don't even know.
Is it the football manager? Is it the coach? Is it the recruitment? I don't know. But you got to get it right.
Yeah.
Don't you?
You have to get it right.
How long Saruva signed for?
I don't know. I don't know those sort of things.
Because he's a fullback, right?
Yeah.
We saw what he did in the World Cup
Yeah.
for Fiji last year. He's an out-and-out fullback.
But it's a similar sort of model to Charlie Staines.
He's a better player.
Better player than Charlie?
Well, he's come through as a fullback.
Yeah.
The Connor Tracey one still beggars belief for me in the fact that he's the player. He wants to play fullback, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, why wouldn't the Tigers entertain that chat?
I don't know. I do not know, Brian. I do not know. So, anyway, the utilities keep on coming.
We got another one.
And we had a text yesterday, didn't we, from Please Don't Mention My Name.
We can't mention his name.
And Please Don't Mention My Name
Nope.
was bang on.
Well, Please Don't Mention My Name has just told me that he's related to a family member.
And he's the same person who said he wants to play fullback.
Correct.
Well, that conversation would have been had with the Dogs, wouldn't it?
I also call him the Budgie.
Yeah.
Because he just sings. No, the canary. Well, budgies can sing.
Who? Don't mention my name.
Yeah, he's a canary. He's just singing.
Oh,
Sing like
that's
a canary.
fantastic.
But yeah,
What about the people? What about
hard.
you know what? Just on that, right? Canary. What about the dobbers out there in social media? You know the dobbers?
I hate Gary Give-ups.
No, something will happen and somebody will tag them in.
Yeah.
Because they want to dob them in.
Hate that.
Yeah. The dobbers.
Yeah.
Why do people do that?
Because they just want to feel better about themselves.
Yeah.
That's why people go to the middle of the gossip columns of the paper.
Yeah, which I do too, to be honest with you.
Because you just want to see the salaciousness and you want to feel better about yourself.
So there you go. Good pick-up, Bulldogs. It is a good pick-up, but it is another utility.
No, Mitch, I'm not saying for fullback, Connor Tracey.
Yeah.
Connor Tracey, I wanted him in the centres.
Yeah, but Buller is...
Oh, he's a gun.
He's a gun. Yeah,
Jareem.
Buller is an absolute gun. There's no question about that. But, you know what? The same things were being said this time last year about Buller. And the likes of Happy Coruscant are saying the same thing about Junior Tupu and waxing lyrically about him.
Yeah.
Okay, righto. If that's the case, lock him in. Lock him in. But as you said, it might be employed by the manager. I don't know who's managing.
Well, the Chooks have come
Junior
out.
Tupu. We'll find out.
You know, as soon as they mention the Chooks, that's when everyone starts panicking.
Correct.
Get off the Chooks. Get off the Chooks back too, everyone.
Yep.
We're just a club, just battlers from Bondi, just doing our thing.
Is this a pre-get off our back?
Yeah, because I know it's coming. I know who they're going to sign soon. I feel sick for everyone.
Do you really?
I do.
Have you got a rumour Tuesday?
No,
What-
I can't.
Come on.
What noise does the mascot
I can't
make?
get involved.
Come on.
No, it's all
Give
been
us a
funny
noise.
games. It's all been funny games.
No.
I'm not
Shut
touching
the
it.
laptop.
Okay.
We need to go.
Can
No.
you... Can
No, because the person who's told me will know that I've leaked. And he said, do not say anything. Because he said, and I said, what did you tell me then for?
Oh,
Nah, don't even go there. Don't even go there. And it's not for this year.
you went there.
No, I didn't. Let's move on. Cranky Shug. There's Pedro. Pedro, hang on. The up-and-comers. Oh, yeah. Terrell May. Case in point. Pedro.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Adam Fanua Blake, ring a bell?
Oh, here we go. No, it's not.
You know the Roosters, right?
Circular key. Here we go.
I think. Yeah, good. I think with the Roosters, they're a real funny one to appraise because they've got every box ticked just about.
Yeah.
Can the 6 and the 7, where they're both
Yeah,
at,
it's a big issue, isn't it? Yeah.
is it an issue or is it not? But can the 6 and the 7,
Well,
where they're both at in their careers, can they get the job
well, they
done?
have to get it done. It didn't work in the first half of the year. And for whatever reason, Sammy Walker got dropped, basically. And then it was all, I think they just thought, well, let's make Keary the man, which he was in that grand final, but that was 4 years ago now.
Yeah, but it was also
They've got to change the way they play. And I think we saw a sign of it towards the back end of the year with young May, Terrell May, when it was just they need to have a bit of an offload game. You can't keep doing that Bradley out the back. That doesn't. That's
not the issue for me. I agree totally with what you're saying there. And you know every time you get an offload, so whenever you get an offload, Brian.
Yes, I like this stat.
The average carry for that particular run is about 19 metres.
Yes.
When you don't have an offload.
Great stat.
Yes, Gibbo.
No, they're good.
Was that you, tourist, or Gibbo? That's Gibbo.
Well done, Ellen.
Whereas the average run is about 9 metres.
Yeah.
Yep. So that offload is critical. So I agree with that. Right. And I think the Roosters do a pretty good job there mostly. But for me, the concern with those two, they're both fine players.
Similar players?
Well, no, you need
the way they play.
You need to be so, the state of origin, the champions of Queensland, and you've got Daly Cherry Evans who can just, it's a blinking comp. We're going to keep turning you around all day. We're going to do this. You've got the last 3 premierships won by the Panthers. It's a blinking comp. We're patient. It's the Panthers. It's Nathan Cleary. I don't know that Keary or Walker are those personality types. It's a personality type. Do you agree or not?
Well, those players you mentioned before, their kicking games are outstanding.
That's the one only thing that worries me for the Roosters.
Yes, the kicking game.
Yes.
And they're trying to do what Mitch Pearce used to do, and for whatever reason, a lot of Roosters fans used to hate it when it first happened.
Yep.
That was Mitch Pearce was pretty much the first one doing those. We do those midfield bombs, hoping to land
by time.
Yeah, by time.
The cage kick, if you like.
Catching. But the kicking game for the Roosters has been an issue.
That's where I think the answer was good for him. He has that steady personality, but he's in the utility mix there at the Bulldogs. Nat Butcher, though, back at Bondi. So this is where you keep good people.
Yep.
He's clearly a good person. He's a leader. They're going to lock him in for life. He won't play for another club ever, I don't think, Nat Butcher. Do you see that, Brian?
When he's he's a South junior. Is
he?
Yeah, him and his brothers are... His old man played for South.
Egan's a gun. He's penned a 3-year extension with the Roosters, so he's going to be there till the end of 2027. He debuted in 2016, so building a nice career. 21 tries.
Hang on. Brett's blowing up.
What's Brett got?
Brett said, come on, you Pelicans. Let's do some summer topics. Leagues next year. Brett, what would you like? What would you like? Brett, you give me the topic, and I'll mould it like it's a bit of white bread, and we'll come back with an answer.
Right. In the Arctic Circle.
In the Arctic Circle. The semicircular key. Oh, we've got fans down here. Come here, bro.
There we go.
He's a stockbroker.
Fletcher Baker,
Wrong
Cook's
number.
former team. The former Rooster is the Broncos' major signing for 2024. The Musselbrook Junior played 45 games for the Chooks before signing a 2-year deal with the grand finalists in June. He faced the Brisbane Press yesterday, and here's what he had to say, Brian, about the Broncos being a better team than his former club, team, the Sydney Roosters.
Yeah, Roosters at the start of this year, they were sort of in a rough spot, and then Robbo turned that ship around massively. And then you see these boys did the exact same. And then I think it was against Melbourne, Broncos against Melbourne in the finals. Like, wow, that's good footy, like their completion and the way they can just play ad-lib football. Yeah, it's impressive. So went from one good club to a better club, I reckon. So take that back. I'm not going to say that Bronx are better than Roosters. I'm saying they're both great teams.
See that? Context is everything. No, he corrected it.
Yeah, but people don't care for the
people
correction,
don't care,
do
no.
they?
What did they say, the rest of that quote? Who was the journo there?
I don't know.
Would have been my man.
It was a press conference, I think. But so they're going to play the Roosters over there in Las Vegas.
Oh, jeez, he's going to get his head taken off.
Nice advert.
No, the T-band.
Well, he's crossing codes to join the Knights. He's a twin brother. I didn't know this. So just like the Dragons had last
Leo's
year,
brother.
it's going to be a twin attack.
Okay.
The Safidi brothers and the Thompson brothers. So he's reportedly signed a deal to join his brother at the Knights for 2025. So that's not next year, the year after. Played for the Chiefs in Super Rugby.
Okay.
has represented the All Blacks' second 15 and the Maori All Blacks. I reckon that's going to turn out to be a good signing.
Yeah.
Good work, Knights, looking outside the square. Samoa in talks with England for 2024, writes Brad Walter, who we had on the show last week for NRL.com. Samoa is considering a proposal to build on their rivalry with England during last year's Rugby League World Cup after officials agreed to reopen talks about a series in 2024.
Sugar, do you not think the Tigers are trying to sign Junior? Question mark. They have been trying since August.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not that involved.
I think he's telling us.
But what I'm saying is, I understand that. I do think they'd be trying. But in my head, and maybe this is also how they're thinking, I don't know, I would absolutely prioritise signing Junior Tupu than I would picking up Justin Olam.
Fair enough. This one here from Luke. On Vossi's show this morning, Mr. Hadjimpentelis said, the Tigers have a recruitment and retention team. We need you, Sugar, on that team. Can I put you forward? Okay, these are my two.
He is the team.
One day, maybe.
No,
not now.
These are my two things that I'm going to get done this year. You, whether it's this year or next year, you on the retention and recruitment team, and I'll get Bruce Springsteen down here for the grand final to sing four songs.
So you've given up on Missile at the Commonwealth Games?
Well, he's been, mate, he's been umming and ahhing. I said to him, look, I'll meet you down here at Cookville Pool tomorrow. I'll put you through your paces.
Okay, listen, we're going to change tack. You know why? Because Steve is on the train as well. He says, Fletch, I agree with Brett. Talking league at this time of the year is capital BORING. So that's what he's saying. Did you book Keanu Reeves yet? Says Stingray.
Pedro, that was brought up.
Was it? That's not the one, though.
That's not the one.
That's not the one.
Is Ezra your man, Fletch? Pedro, no.
Bobby Rooster says, tell Brett to POQ. We love hearing about league in the summer months. Regards, Bobby Rooster. Brett, you've got 30 seconds to send us your summer topic.
Yeah,
and we'll give it a little dalliance after this.
Yep, let's do it.
Okay, you're listening to The Run Home with Joel and Fletch. Don't forget, if you're in New Zealand and you want to have your say, text 8833 or slide into our DMs on Instagram at Joel Fletch SEN. You are listening to The Run Home with Joel and Fletch live from down here at Opera Keys in semicircular key. Wahlburgers, The Run Home with Joel and Fletch.
Alicia.